and welcome to episode number 13 of the JK cast with Justin and Keely.
You just looked it up.
I know, I just looked up the number because I was like, oh, it's 12 or 13. It's unlucky number 13. So, but how are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
That's good.
It's Sunday. We're actually recording this. What time is it? 1 in the afternoon. I almost said 1
It's
in
a
the
first.
morning. Yeah, we always record usually the last thing at night, but yesterday we were up till 2?
Yeah, too late.
Too late.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was so late until
did.
At the end of
When I was like, we should wrap this episode up because I can't stay awake any longer.
yeah, you said it's like 2 a.m. I was like, it's not 2 a.m. I look at my phone. It's
like,
2
it's
a.m.
2 a.m. Damn.
I was like, fine, we'll go to sleep. Gotta get sleep like normal people.
Yeah, we're not robots.
I can't wait for that day. Do you think like legitimately that would happen?
Where you don't have to sleep anymore?
No. Like
We're converting us into robots.
well, not exactly that, but you know,
I don't think I would want to be a robot.
I've been playing Cyberpunk recently, and like there's like you're human,
Okay.
but you can like I guess maybe you're like a cyborg technically because you're like but you can get like upgrades, like mechanical upgrades to yourself.
Okay.
I was thinking about this the other day. Well, yeah, because like maybe like being like a robot, like mechanical, you wouldn't want to do. But there's like other things that wouldn't make you a robot that you can do. Because, you know, I remember when I was a kid, you know, I watched sports, but growing up, like someone tears their ACL, tears their Achilles, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, that's like a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, that's how it was for professional sports. But now, you know, someone tears an ACL, tears their Achilles, what used to be a career-ending injury, now it will be just like, oh, damn it, you know, that sucks, but they'll be back next season.
Right.
And that's usually what it is. Like, because when you tear your ACL now, you know, obviously like tendons, whatever, you can't regrow or heal.
Mm-hmm.
But what they do now is they'll either put in like a synthetic tendon,
Or a cadaver.
a cadaver tendon, or they'll like take a tendon from like your hamstring or something. So I was thinking, when's it going to be like normal to be like, all right, all quarterbacks now, you're going to go under ACL surgery right now, and we're just going to put an extra tendon in there or something like that.
An extra?
Yeah. So it's just like, you know.
Bonus tendon.
Yeah, get in there before the injury and prevent, you know, you're not going to tear your ACL because you got two of them now. Or if you do tear, you got to back up.
What if they just tear both?
Well, I mean, that would be pretty difficult, I feel.
How?
I mean, it's pretty difficult to tear your ACL already. I mean, obviously, you know, if you're putting a lot of strain on it like professional athletes do, you can do it. But I mean, like, to tear your ACL 2 times over?
Yeah.
I don't know, put in 3. I mean, you've got the resources, right? I was just thinking, like, when's that going to be normal practice? Of like,
I don't think for a long time.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
You don't think in our lifetime?
I don't know how long our lifetime's going to be.
Well, hopefully not too long.
I hear you.
Jeez. But you know how, like, you see, like, oh, well, usually about, like, 117, 118.
Yeah.
That's, like, the longest people will live, but it's kind of been that number for a while. And some people say, like, oh, that's as long as people can live. But every time I see, like, a 117-year-old, 100-year-old, they all look terrible.
Yeah, like they've wanted to not be alive for quite some time.
I'm like, ugh. And I would have no problem living that long, maybe. But it seems like
if you're in good health.
Yeah, their quality of life just seems terrible. Like they have to have like a full-time caregiver.
Right.
I don't know if I could do that.
Well, also our generation, you know, pensions and stuff like that don't exist for us. So, like, there's no way you're going to have saved enough money to live to be like 120.
Yeah, right?
No freaking way. Your quality of life is definitely going to go down because you're going to rely entirely on Social Security because all your money is going to be gone.
Right.
And Social Security might not even be around by the time we're old.
Could you imagine like having like great, like when you're growing up, it's like, oh, my grandparents, and it's like, you help them out a little, like when you're visiting, you help them around the house, whatever, because you're like they're old, right? Help them. Could you imagine having like a great grandchild that's like helping you around the house? That child would be like, why am I doing this? How are you still alive? I have you, I have my great grandparents and my grandparents and my parents.
And the child's just like, am I gonna live to be that old?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would want to live to be that. I don't know how long I would want to live, but I feel like whatever age it is, I don't want to do it if the quality of life isn't there.
Yeah. I don't think you have much of a choice.
I mean, I guess you don't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Well, they have, there's a lot of, some countries are doing assisted suicides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What countries?
Well, like Switzerland, I think.
Really?
I think they did the first one a while back. Well, yeah, because there's like a lot of people that are like, terminally ill.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm gonna die, and it's just a matter of time, and their quality of life starts declining. Why? Some people are like, why would I want to go through that? If I'm gonna die, let me go out on top.
Yeah, I can see that. I just didn't realize some countries were doing it now.
Yeah, I think here. Let me look up when it first happened. You can't just be like, go in there and be like, hey, I'm gonna pay you.
Kill me.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Okay. So do you agree with assisted suicide? Yeah,
sure. Why not?
You want it to be a thing?
Yeah. 2004. Oh, whoa, hold on. Euthanasia is illegal in Switzerland, but forms of assisted suicide are legal. They prohibit assisted suicides that have quote unquote selfish motives.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm sure it's one of those vague legal things where it's like it's up to interpretation. But I think what they mean by selfish motives is like they're like, yeah, I just don't want to live anymore. Okay. Or they're like, no. But if you're like, I have cancer, I'm going to die. I have like 6 weeks to live, and it's just going to keep getting worse.
And cost my family so much money.
So much money, so much grief,
Yeah.
In the year 2014, a total of 752 assisted suicides happened compared to 1,029 non-assisted suicides. Most of them are deal with elderly people and people suffering from terminal disease. When did it become legal? I think it's been like legal for like a while.
So would you go to Switzerland to have that done if you were in that environment?
I really don't want to answer that. on the topic of cyborgs and robot, you said you wouldn't want to be quote unquote a robot.
Right.
Oh, that's another thing. We were talking about living to 117 years alive. What about quality of life? What about like your consciousness being uploaded to like the web or, No. None of that?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, like, what's the point of... I feel like if your consciousness is like uploaded somewhere, then you are just constantly alive. And I feel like that's another quality of life issue. Like, you can't do any of the things you used to like to do. You can't eat food you loved. You can't experience things. You can't travel, I mean, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, you're right. With cyborgs, robots, whatever, when I was talking about like, just like upgrades to your body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what upgrade would you want to do? Like a reasonable upgrade. Something that
I'm gonna have to answer lungs.
Lungs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like better lungs.
Better lungs.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I was thinking. I was like, because I was hoping you weren't, and you didn't. I didn't preference, but I was like, it can't be something that people already do.
Like what?
Like I want LASIK. Like LASIK's already a thing.
Oh.
It's like
That's stupid.
Why is that stupid?
I feel like people glasses are fine.
You wear contacts.
Yeah, contacts are fine.
Okay.
We already have a solution.
It's more, yeah, I mean, yeah. It's more of a Band-Aid. It doesn't work all the time.
When does it not work?
When you're not wearing them. What do you mean?
Well, there you go. When you're using them, they work all the time.
Yeah, but every time you're wearing them, they work 100% of the time.
Exactly.
Well, LASIK, you don't need any of that.
Yeah, but LASIK also doesn't work.
What do you mean?
And a lot of people, LASIK wears off after a few years and you have to get it redone.
Yeah, I thought it wears off for everybody.
No, if you get it done in your eyes early enough on in your life, then it'll be permanent.
Oh.
But if you wait till you're older, it's recommended that you don't get it after you're 40.
Oh.
Because then it just doesn't last very long. One of my coworkers got it done, and within 2 years, he had to start wearing glasses again. So the reason that it's not recommended after you're 40 or after 40 is because your vision needs to be stable for like more than a year before you get the surgery done. Because if your vision is decreasing, when you get it done, then it's not really going to be helpful.
I always thought it was like it wears off for everybody, so like it's better to get it later. So, but that makes sense. How much is LASIK? Because that would suck.
Oh man, it's pretty expensive.
That's what I thought. Because that would suck to just like get it all the time. Not like all the time. You're going in every weekend, but like every 2 years, like paying again.
Well, he didn't. He was just
screw that.
He knew that he was probably too old when he got it done. He was in his 50s or something. Or he was in his late 40s. And so he knew he was probably too old to get it done, but he just didn't have the money earlier on in his life. So he wanted to try it. He wanted to try it, and it didn't last.
But is there like a chance that it would work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sure like... Because I was going to say, if the doctor was just like, no, it would totally last forever. And then it doesn't, it would suck.
Yeah. It's $2,000 to $3,000 per eye. It's
Jesus Christ.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's going to be worse.
It's not too bad, but like...
But it's a lot to pay, for sure.
Yeah. There's always those things that, like those, quote unquote, not too expensive, like, like LASIK, laser hair removal, like all those things where I'm like, obviously that like, not everybody has like $2,000, $3,000, whatever it costs to just like, throw away. But I'm always surprised, like, I hear on the radio, you hear about all the people that get it and like all the radio hosts, it might just be fucking advertisements.
Yeah.
But I was like, I've literally never known anybody.
They might get it for free because
probably.
of the advertisements.
And they probably also make some good money because they're radio personalities. But I've just never known I don't think I've never known anybody personally that's gotten any quote unquote work done.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Have I? Oh, you said it like I was forgetting about somebody.
No, I don't know.
Do you?
Like laser hair removal.
That counts. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I want to ask who, but I don't want you to say on it because I'm just like, I'm like, who?
I know a lot of people.
You do know a lot of people.
Yeah.
I can count all the people I know on one hand.
No, you can't.
What about a second thumb?
I'm good.
Isn't there a startup or something that like is doing like second thumbs?
I really want to say no.
Like, I think so. I think like it's not like an actual thumb. It's like a prosthetic that you wear.
Okay.
That goes on the other side of your pinky.
That's a no from me, dog.
Second thumb.
Sounds creepy.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? It's called the Third Thumb Project.
A third thumb?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Maybe because you already have two.
Oh, one on each hand. But yeah, it just goes.
But why?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like one of those.
Do they think it's like the next step in evolution?
Well, I don't think it's like the next
step. They're trying to like push us there.
I don't know about that, but I think it's just one of those things where it's like, we have the technology to make life easier. Let's make life easier.
How does that make life easier?
you can pick up more shit. You can grab more stuff. I don't know. And then it's also like not strain on your body because it's not an actual piece of your body. I think it's one of those things where it's just like, let's see if we can do it. And then maybe like novelty sells. Because you see it with, like the Nintendo 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3D without glasses. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, who cares?
Right.
3D TVs where I think you have to wear glasses.
Yeah.
I remember when 3D TVs first came out and it was like a big thing. And like a lot of people bought them maybe. I didn't know anybody that bought them.
I neither. They were super expensive.
They are expensive. But then it's like, really?
And it was like, why? Like, I don't wear glasses while I'm watching my TV all the time.
Oh, what is it now? It's the folding phones. Not like flip phones, but like touchscreen that fold.
That fold. I'm like, why?
I'm like,
who would want that?
I think it's the novelty.
And now they're making like a Razor, like a Motorola Razor that does that.
No, they are.
That's like touchscreen when you flip it open.
That's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
It's just the novelty. It's like we have this technology. Let's see if we can make this. They make it.
It's like all those millennial kids want that pink Razor that they dreamed about in high school.
My brother and sister had one.
Yeah, my mom had one.
It was like
my sister had an LG chocolate.
Ew.
She broke it. I really wanted it.
Oh my. Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know if this is a stereotype, but like teenage girls, when like flip phones and those types of phones were around, were the worst at taking care of their electronics.
Oh yeah.
They were just like throwing them around and breaking them. And one thing people still do that pisses me off. It pisses me off when guys do this. Put their wallet in their back pocket. Because I don't do that. I keep it in my front pocket. I don't know why it's popular to keep in your back pocket. It's uneven to sit on.
Yeah.
It's not as easy to reach.
Yeah.
As your pocket. And then
And you're sitting on it all the time.
You're sitting on it all the time. And what's in your pocket? I have my phone in my left pocket, my wallet in my right pocket.
Okay. There you go, muggers. That's where your stuff is.
Yeah.
Come and get them.
But
he never leaves the house.
If I have my phone in my left pocket and I put my wallet in my back pocket, what's in my right pocket?
Why wouldn't your phone also be in a back pocket?
Well, then what's in my two front pockets? Why? If they're
life.
Those would be they are the first. They're the most accessible, easy to reach. They're honestly probably bigger than my back pockets. Why would I not use them first?
Because back pockets. Come on.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But what I was getting at is that people putting their phone in their back pocket and they're sitting on them all the time.
Yeah.
I think it was the iPhone 6 when that first came, like when the thinner iPhones came out.
Oh, the iPhone 6 that was like really big.
Yeah, and
the one that could bend, even taking your phone case off of it.
Yeah. And they fixed that eventually, but it was like I remember like a lot of people were complaining because they wouldn't like have a case on it and they'd have it in their back pocket and they would sit on it and it would bend. I'm like, why are you sitting on your thing anyway?
Like question number 1.
It always never made sense to me.
I mean, at least for women, we often don't have real front pockets.
Yeah.
But so I will put it in my back pocket, but I hate sitting on things, so I always take it out when I like get in my car or something, you know.
It also just feels strange.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just be uncomfortable. Why would I want that?
Right. The other day at work, I don't know why, but I put a pin in my back pocket. And then when I got back to my desk, I sat down. I was like, oh, what the heck is that? And I was like, oh, it's a pin. I could imagine like a wallet or a phone. Like it's even bigger.
And that's just like what you are used to all the time.
Yeah, and they're just like, yep, this is normal.
Well, I hope we're not alienating any of you out there. If you often put things in your back pocket and sit on them, but
no, I'm honestly
let
curious.
us know why.
Yeah, why?
Let us know if you like the feeling, if that's why.
Just like the way it feels.
It's how I was raised.
Because that's. It seems like that like the opposite way you would be raised.
My dad used to put his stuff in the back pockets, so that's what I do.
I feel like men, when I was growing up, men would be like, "Don't put stuff in your bag. You're touching your own ass. That's gay." Don't do that, son. Get your hand off your ass,
son.
It's like, I'm just getting my wallet. Keep it in your front pocket near your penis. Is that why they don't keep it in their front pockets? They're afraid.
Yeah, they're
afraid.
They're
people
so
gonna,
afraid of being. The toxic masculinity is so strong that they're so afraid of touching their own penis. They can't even use their front pocket.
They're afraid other people are going to see them reach in their front pocket and they're like,
and be like, "Are you touching yourself?"
His penis.
He does this all the time.
Oh, there he goes again. Fucking Jim at the office, just touching his penis.
Yeah.
I'm just getting my phone out. You're touching your penis. Put it in your back pocket.
You need to go to HR, Jim. We're going to have to talk to you.
Yeah. But what you said, like girls not having like big enough front pockets.
Yeah.
That's never a problem for men.
Yeah.
So
men have it all.
So yeah, men have it all.
Yeah.
So I'm genuinely curious if you do that. Just let me know why.
Yeah.
Me personally.
Comment below.
Me personally,
tell us what you think.
I have a very small wallet. I have one of those.
Justin is a trendsetter. He's not like other guys, so he had to get a special, ridiculous wallet.
No, okay.
What's it called? A razor?
It's not a razor. It's a ridge.
Ridge. Ridge.
It's literally just as big as a
like
debit
the
card.
first week he got it, he dropped it, and it's so heavy that it slid under his parents' cabinets, and it took like an hour.
Oven.
It took like an hour to get back.
I forgot about that.
Because you were showing it off, and it's so hard to use that it slipped out of your hand, and it slid under the.
It takes a little practice, but I legitimately like it better than my. The reason why I got it is
you ended up having my dad get one too.
It's a good wallet.
Oh, God.
I like the wallet, but my old wallet was like a leather wallet. The top, it's not like it's leather. It's not very like structured. It's not rigid.
Yeah.
So it was in my pocket. It was like bending around, and the tops of my cards were breaking off, and they became unusable. And so I couldn't imagine what the hell would happen if it was in my back pocket and I was sitting on it all day. So like, how are people out there living like that? You know what I want to try?
What?
A weighted blanket.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Why does it sound terrifying? You think you're just gonna fall into a slumber and never wake up?
No, it just seems like it's gonna be like very heavy.
They're like 15 pounds.
And feel like I'm trapped.
You're gonna feel a little claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly you're supposed to sleep better.
I feel like I sleep great.
I don't sleep bad, but I don't like waking up at 4 a.m. I honestly wish that the dogs, the Castiel, he's like, let me out at 4 a.m.
You could put him in his kennel. We could go back to that.
He's just going to cry. I want to try a weighted blanket just because I feel like maybe I'll sleep more deeply.
You can put it over Castiel as well, and then he won't be able to get up.
That's the real solution. Castiel needs
he needs a weighted blanket.
He needs a weighted blanket.
He would hate it so much. He would freak out.
But
last night he woke me up like 3 times because he kept kicking me. He was like stretching so much, and he kept kicking me with his little paws. And then I was just laying down. And I woke up because he had moved around and he was breathing like right in my ear. So fucking loud. He was going like like every breath was like that loud in my ear. And I just woke up, and because his breath was so moist as well, like my face was like wet, and it was so loud, and I was like, what's going on?
I do hate that about anything. Whether it's like the dog or you, where like the air I'm breathing in, like the area of the air that I'm drawing my breath from, someone is exhaling into that air, and I'm like, get away from! I don't want warm inhale. I don't want moist, humid air. I was like, get away from me. I hate that. But another thing that we've been struggling with is, you know how you'll see that stupid life pro tip on like the internet, where it's like, if you have a queen bed, buy king sheets, so it's like you never not have covers. You never like someone's not going to pull them off you or whatever.
Right.
But what do you do when you have a king bed?
Get two and sew them together.
Jesus Christ. They get two queens, sew them together.
Sounds messed up.
Damn it. Now, we don't watch The Simpsons, but did you hear the recent news of The Simpsons?
No.
They got renewed for 2 more seasons.
Oh my God. Can it just end?
Do you think like The Simpsons would have a close? Like an actual ending? Like how Futurama does? Or do you think it would just be over?
I feel like it would just fade to black, don't you?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they would do...
They've all been the same age for like 20-something years. Like, I think it's...
Has it been 20 years? It's got to be. Because they're on like season 30? 34 maybe? Simpsons. I think what they would probably do is like have the show end and then do like a movie.
You think so? Like SpongeBob?
Is SpongeBob over?
No, but like how SpongeBob does those like movies every once in a while.
Wait, they did the Simpsons movie.
Oh, they did?
You haven't seen the Simpsons movie?
No.
I've seen the
Why
Simpsons.
would I watch the Simpsons movie if I've never seen the show?
I don't know. It was like a big movie. It started in 1989. That's insane.
32 years?
Yeah. They're on season 32 right now. They're renewed all the way through season 34. But here's the thing. It's like, I legitimately don't know anybody that watches The Simpsons. But I guess maybe we're not the demographic for it.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because I feel like
I knew people in high school that like used to watch The Simpsons.
Yeah,
but I don't think they still watch The Simpsons.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say middle school.
Yeah, I don't think they still watch it because it's like, all right, like, it gets kind of boring, you know?
Yeah, middle school was when I watched, like, when I would, like, turn on the TV and actually watch, like, Family Guy. I never watched The Simpsons or South Park because it just wasn't my type of show, I guess. I don't know. That was, like, my peak. Are they really making the show for middle schoolers? Is that their demographic?
I doubt it.
But you know how, like...
kids these days.
Kids these days.
In our generation.
But you know how, like, they do, like...
Are still wanting to watch The Simpsons?
Because, like, Pokemon is, like, quote-unquote, like, more aimed towards, like, kids. But now you have, like, adults with, like, the nostalgia and whatnot. Right. And those seem to be, like, the people that play the game the most. So is it kind of like the same thing? But, like flipped? Because, like, they're making it for adults, but really, like, the demographic is, like, kids?
I doubt The Simpsons demographic is children.
Why can't people just like things?
What do you mean?
Well, nowadays, you know, if you're ever on the internet, especially with, like, the rise of, like, TikTok, like, sketch comedy...
Yeah.
has been like really big, but like when it comes to like TikTok, it's like it's more of trying to pass it off as like real. Like it's like a real situation, like it's someone just happened to catch it on tape. When we were growing up and like, you know, starting a couple years ago, there's always been like sketch comedy, but it was always like on like a YouTube channel, whatever, that was known for sketch comedy. So like they upload a video, you're like, this is obviously a sketch, like whatever. But now that you have like with like the rise of technology and anybody can like video something, upload it, you know, you see some random TikTok or some random video from whatever site. And of course you have no idea who the people are. You know, they'll have like this, it's not, I wouldn't even call it a sketch because, you know, but they're trying to act and pass it off as real. But one thing I've seen recently is that there will be like comments on it like, oh, this is obviously fake. This is so stupid, it's fake. Yeah. I'm like, well, if you thought it was funny, why can't you just like it? Why can't you just be like, I enjoyed that? Why is it like people have to go like, if it's not real, it's stupid? I'm like, they're acting. Yeah, they're not professional actors, they're not good actors, whatever. But I mean, they're in like a situation that maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. Maybe you don't like that type of humor. But it seems like every time I see like a video or whatever, like every comment's just talking about that it's fake, that it's whatever. And one thing I see is like nowadays I'll see like some of them like you're like, yeah, that's clearly fake, whatever. But then some of them you see and you're like, and some people are calling it out as fake, and I'm like, is it fake? I was like, am I just a gullible person, or is like, do people just like start calling everything fake now?
I think they just call everything fake.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, too. Like if they're jealous or something, they're just like,
This is fake. Yeah, I'm like, you have no evidence to support that.
It's
Yeah,
fake.
that's what it is. It's just like they're like, oh, I don't make fake stuff, so I'm better. It's like, do you make anything, or do you just like comment under an anonymous name, just trying to tear people down like an asshole?
Yeah, I'm a troll. So I got my COVID shot this week.
Oh yeah, you got your first dose of vaccine.
My first dose, yes.
Which one did you get?
Pfizer.
Pfizer.
It's secretly the one I wanted to get.
They didn't give you a choice?
No.
I guess why would they?
It's by location.
Oh. Why'd you want to get the Pfizer one? I really don't know enough about.
I've read a lot about them, and I don't know if there's a real reason between Pfizer and Moderna, but I just for some reason trusted Pfizer more.
My dad got the Moderna one.
Yeah.
And he said after his second one, he was like extremely tired.
Yeah. I got some headaches after the first one. My arm was pretty sore for a few days, but.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm good.
Why?
My vaccine.
Your vaccine. Your vaccination. Why, obviously you were on a wait list.
Yes, for like 3 months.
Yeah. And eventually they called, and then you. Was it like an appointment, or was it just like you can come by whenever?
No. They're not about that.
Okay.
You have to make an appointment.
You get to make the appointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think quite a few people ahead of me on the wait list ended up getting a vaccine somewhere else or something, because I thought I had like 2 or 3 weeks left before my turn would come, based on how much they get every week and how far away I was on the wait list. And like they get about 7,000 doses a week, at least in our county. And I was like 40,000 away on the wait list.
And you don't.
So I was assuming that it would be like a few more weeks until it was my turn. But this week, I think they did get like 10,000 doses instead of 7,000.
Okay.
But I also jumped way forward in line. So I'm guessing, because you can be on multiple wait lists in different counties. I mean, I am as well.
Yeah.
So I think people probably got them in other counties. And when they said it was their turn, they were like, oh, I'm good. I already got it. And so I got called up.
Yeah, called up to the big leagues.
Yeah, and when I clicked the link to make my appointment, it was like today or tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I guess tomorrow.
Yeah, nice.
So
when you get your second dose, is it like the same as the first dose?
they already scheduled it.
No. Wait, what?
So like after you get the first dose, it's all like in your car.
Yeah. I
And
don't want
so
you getting out and going places.
yeah, so after you get your dose, like you finally get around to the nurse's area and they shoot you up. Then they write like a time on your car that they gave you the dose. Then you have to drive around to the observation area, and they look at the time that was written on your car, and they're like, well, you have to stay for at least 15 minutes. And so then they'll schedule your next dose appointment, so you don't have to go through the whole waitlist thing again.
But what I meant by is your second dose the same as your first dose? Not like procedure, but like
is your second dose the same as the first?
Like legitimately, is the vaccine the exact same?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Oh, that's what I was. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I don't even think like I can be like on the wait list.
Like, don't you have asthma? You tell me that all the time.
Yeah, I have asthma, but like, do you not have to like show proof of anything?
No.
What?
You have to show proof if you're a 1A group person.
What's 1A?
So like if you are a healthcare worker, or teacher, or you live in a nursing home, you have to have like an ID or something.
Okay.
If you have health problems, you have to like sign an oath that you do indeed have those
like
health problems. Well, no, you just click a button on the survey online.
Well, it's a legal form. I'm sure it's legally binding.
Well, I'm sure it is. You do have asthma, right? That's what you say. Well, all the time.
Well, like, yeah, I had asthma as a kid, but I quote unquote grew out of it.
You still wheeze.
I do wheeze sometimes.
And I feel like
but is that because
I feel like it would be okay to say you still have asthma because you haven't gone to the doctor in like 10 years either.
It's been less than 10 years.
Oh, give me a date.
I went junior year of high school.
For what?
I had to get a physical for wrestling.
And was this to a doctor or to a Care Now facility?
Care Now facility?
Yep. Doesn't count.
It was a physical.
Doesn't count.
How does it not count?
Doesn't count.
But it was a physical.
They're not going to diagnose you with asthma at Care Now, okay?
I was already diagnosed when I was a kid.
Okay, well, they're not going to assess your asthma at Care Now either.
Well, I didn't go there for my asthma.
Exactly.
I went there for a physical checkup.
Exactly. So how would you know if you still have it or not? If you haven't gone to an actual
I don't think
doctor.
you actually grow out of asthma. I think it's just like something they say that it's like it's one of those things. It's like you're old enough now. You can just deal with that shit. Like I don't take any medication for it, and I'm fine. Oh, you looked at me.
Can you wheeze?
Not very often.
That was just.
That's not what wheezing sounds like. You know that.
I know. I tried.
You know, I honestly don't know if it's me or it's because I haven't been to the doctor in a while. But like, you know, I'm allergic to peanets, and it used to be when I was a kid. Like, no, like I would die.
Like no,
my throat would start closing up. Now it does get a little harder to breathe, but I mostly just get nauseous and vomit.
It's really gross.
You just don't like vomit.
Not a fan. Really worried about how that's going to translate into being a mother later on.
Yeah. But I always hated that, like kids, like, you know, like the baby would like throw up, like, oh, it spit up on me. I'm like, no, it vomited on you.
It vomited on you. It's disgusting.
And it's gross.
Yeah.
Take that thing back.
It's like, how do I make return?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Benjamin Button this hoe.
I don't think the parents made that decision. But also, have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
When they showed him as a baby,
yeah,
for the first time, like all wrinkled and like a fucking raisin.
Yeah,
that shit freaked me out. I did not like that. I don't think I watched the rest of the movie.
You just like looked at him. You're like, nope.
Oh,
you're like,
God.
Can babies look like that?
Yeah, it's like there's something wrong.
I was just like, if this movie's gonna be accurate, he should have been born as a full grown man.
A fool as like,
and as he got older, he would become like a toddler, and then like a baby, and then turn into like an embryo.
Ew.
And then
I feel like at that point you die.
And then just cease to exist. Some sperm, like you just like come in the next day and there's just sperm on them.
like who the hell came in my baby's crib?
Where's my baby?
I'm cutting that part out.
That's the best part of this podcast. You better not cut it out.
It's so gross.
What the hell?
What the hell? That's the I mean, I feel like that's what they understood is the parents are probably dead.
No, the parents understood his condition, right?
I think. I don't know. I didn't see the movie.
Okay, but say the parents understood their condition, the condition of the child, and they knew this was eventually going to happen, but they didn't know to what extent. Like maybe they just thought after being a newborn that he would just cease to exist, right? But then it just kept going. It was like 9 months of decreasing like
it was
ability.
going through like the pregnancy stage.
Yes, and then it became and then it was just sperm and an egg sitting on the crib or whatever. And they're like I just didn't realize it was going to get to this point.
I feel like the father would go to jail because like the police would come and be like, we're investigating a missing child.
And your sperm is just in the bed.
And they're like, what is this? And they like do a DNA. It's like, it's your sperm. And he's like, no, that used to be my son. And they're like, excuse me?
You're like, the zygote. It's right there.
Yeah, then he would go to jail.
Cool. It seems like a really full circle ending there. I really hate when my extremities
go to sleep.
It's the freaking worst, man. My
You
legs.
don't
I feel
like the way it
legs.
feels?
My legs go to sleep all the time. It's so painful.
You think it's painful?
I think it's painful.
I've known people that they're like, oh, it hurts. So
it hurts.
The only time like something like that hurts is like when I hit my funny bone. That legitimately is painful to me. But right now, like my left arm, not my arm, my hand, my left hand is asleep. Like my ring finger, my pinky.
Well, it doesn't hurt while it's asleep. It hurts when it's coming back awake.
And it's like tingly.
Yeah.
That's not.
And usually my
for me.
arms
It
don't
tickles.
hurt. Usually my arms don't hurt. It's like my legs. Because like I like have to walk on them to make it go away.
Yeah,
and
you gotta get the blood flowing.
Painful.
Yeah, but right now,
If my right leg is like really asleep, then I get really worried when I'm walking. Because one time I like twisted my ankle.
Oh my god!
Because it was like so asleep that it wasn't like coming back.
Yeah, earlier this episode when we were talking about like body modifications, like what like artificial thing, and you said lungs. I was like, it's either going to be your lungs or your ankles.
Honestly, I would leave my left ankle how it is,
Really?
Just my right ankle.
Just your right one. But my
I've
left,
just pulled the tendons so loose that they just don't stay together.
my left hand from my ring finger and my pinky are like completely numb,
Yeah.
and I can't straighten my pinky all the way.
Oh, what's that thing where it's like, what is it?
I can't touch my thumb and my pinky together. Oh, there it is.
There's something like with your hands, like you can't like do certain
When it's asleep or just like in
in
general.
general.
Well, it's like, is it like your ring finger and your pinky are like tied together in a way, like you can't like, you can put down just your middle finger, just your pointer finger, just your thumb, but if you try to put down like your pinky or something, like your ring finger comes with, I don't know. Did you ever do those like when you were like at school?
Fingers. What
Did you say?
the fingers?
The weird things at school, I guess, which is just with other children, where you like put your hand flat on a table and like curl one of your fingers underneath it,
And then
like
take like a knife.
What? No. Why do you have a knife at school?
And you go between the fingers?
No. Like you put your palm, your fingers flat down on a surface, and like you curl like your middle finger underneath, and it's like, oh, your thumb weighs 10 pounds. Lift it, and you can lift your thumb, and it's like, oh, your pointer finger weighs 5 pounds. Can you lift it? Oh, and then they're like, oh, your ring finger weighs 1 ounce. Can you lift it? And then you can't lift it. And they go, oh, you can't lift 1 ounce.
No, no one ever
like
did
a bunch
that.
of stupid children.
No one ever did that to me. Nah.
Fucking children were the worst.
Children are so terrible.
I one time at school.
Who even figured that out? Like as a child, like their older sibling had to like do that shit.
Which is like one of those things.
Yeah, but like an elementary school student's not gonna figure that shit out and then be like, oh, I should assign weights to them.
I think it's just one of those like.
I'm saying someone did it to them.
Yeah, of course. It's one of those things that just gets passed down from generation to generation. You just got skipped for some reason.
I just have older parents and no friends.
When kids come up with shit, it's stupid as fuck. Because listen, what I'm about to tell you. When I was, I remember this. I was in elementary school, and this was like a huge fad in our school.
Okay.
And this happened to me, and it's so stupid. I think about it.
I already feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's gonna be some sad story.
Yeah, they're gonna bully me here. Watch. Okay. So this kid came up to me, and he goes, "Do you like helicopters?"
What'd you say?
And I was like, "Sure. I guess they're all right." And he goes, "That's gay." And I'm like, "What?"
What?
He's like, "Because planes fly straight. That's straight. You're supposed to say you like planes. Helicopters, the blades go in a circle. Like it's curly. It's not straight. That's gay." I'm like, "That's it." Even as a kid, I was like,
God.
Even as a kid, I was like, "That's so stupid."
Masculinity is so strong.
But I think about
I didn't realize to the extent that these boys come up with. Who taught him that?
I think a kid came with that.
You think he
Because
came
that's
up
what I'm
with that?
saying. Is like, because it's so stupid. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, that's so dumb.
It's
I
like,
was like,
how terrible was his household
yeah. And then
that
like
he felt the need?
that was like the thing. If you had curly hair, you were done.
Oh, that's so
If you didn't have straight hair, you were gay.
Can you imagine a guy straightening his hair so that it's not curly?
Right.
He would look way worse.
Just like
Then they'd be like, "You're styling your hair? That's gay.
Gay.
You exist? Gay.
Like what? You have sex with women? Men have sex with women. That's gay. It's so stupid.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what. It's so funny that we grew up like so close to each other, but lived in completely different worlds because of the schools we went to.
I know. Yeah, we like grew up like 4 miles apart from each other, like on the same like main road in our town. Justin over here.
my
You're
experience
such a
growing
sad
up
child.
was completely different than yours.
Oh, my poor baby. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for spending this time with us, listening to the JK cast. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you in another video. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.